Ndị be anyị asị m ka ụbọchị nketa mara na anyị mma, asị m ka nke onye chikwelu ya zelu. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Eastern News 24 bụ ebe anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasata maka ihe na-eme na obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, ana gbasata maka nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. Dịka o si dị, ọ bụ na ya bụ ụbọchị izi gị ị na-agafete n'iru akwụkwọ afọ chanel anyị, kaba alụ ka ị sọbskraibụ antọnụ onye notifikeshọn. Maka gịnị? Anyị na-etinyekwanụ update daily gbasata maka ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, gbasata maka nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. Dịka o si dị, ya wetara unu n'iru akwụkwọ bụ ife anyị na-akpọkwa EveningTEA ka anyị ji maka ya, ka anyị ji mara ya. Anyị na-akpọ ya EveningTEA. Ife a bụ Biafran Prime Minister in exile were ife were ịgwa ụmụ Igbo. Unu ga-esi ya bụ ife n'ụdị nke gị, ị ga-esi ya bụ ife ịkaba alụ kwuo efe ichelu gbasata maka ihe ndị a niile Biafran Prime Minister kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị na-akpọ EveningTEA. Ị ga-esi drop your own comment. All right, over to you, sir.
Hope Uzodinma was a hardened criminal. He was an armed robber. He killed people during armed robbery, and the last armed robbery attack, when he got arrested with his gang, he was facing firing. He was to face firing squad. I am going to tell you a brief history again today, and I am expecting the people from Imo State. I told you people that I want people from 50 years up to come up with more information, and of course I will be releasing it little by little. So Hope Uzodinma was an armed robber. He was an armed robber who faced death, who was on death row in Imo State. And let me tell you the story. The people during the time when Hope Uzodinma was to be executed by firing squad, it was during Buhari regime. During Buhari regime, Hope Uzodinma during Buhari regime was an armed robber. He killed people. He killed his victim. And during that time, how they execute people in Nigeria was that it does not matter anywhere the crime was committed. It does not matter where you commit the crime. When they want to execute you, they bring you to your community. When they want to kill you, they bring you to your community to execute you. I want people to recollect and recall this particular history. Hope Uzodinma was facing firing squad. He was brought to his community to be executed. Are you aware of that? During Buhari regime, Hope Uzodinma was brought to his community to be executed by firing squad. It was the Ezemo and the Igwe of the community that came and intervened. They intervened, claiming that if Hope nobody in their land, the blood of their indigene cannot be spilled in their land, that it will bring doom to the entire community. And that was how the king, the Eze Umume, I want you people, those of you who come from Imo State where Hope Uzodinma come from, I want you to go and ask question. What I'm telling you now, go and ask question. Go and ask the Eze, go and ask about the Eze Umuma. The Eze Umuma. The Eze Umuma during Buhari regime. Because we are going to dig this thing out. We are going to dig it until we dig everything out to the open. That's how we do. I want those of you who come from where Hope Uzodinma come from to go and make your finding. In 1984, 82, 83, during Buhari regime, I want you to go and ask your mother's question, who was the Eze in Hope Uzodinma's community? Hope Uzodinma's community, Eze Umuma. Eze Umuma, and there is somebody that is the chief priest in that community. When they brought Hope Uzodinma, this Hope Uzodinma, when they brought him to be executed by firing squad for armed robbery, not just ordinary armed robbery, he was killing his victim. He was killing his victim. So when he came, when they brought him to the community to be executed, the Eze or Eze Umuma in 1984, 1983 go and ask, we need to dig everything out. They came out with their priest, with their chief priest of that community, of that village. They say there is something that is date or the oracle, because in those days, in those days, oracle is very strong, not like all this adulterated oracle these days. So they came and the Eze said that no blood of their indigene shall be spilled on their land, that it is going to bring sacrilege, it's going to be sacrilege, it's going to bring doom to them. So the Buhari administration then, they took Hope Uzodinma away. So, to go and kill him somewhere else. So that not to pollute the land. Now, little did these people, where Hope Uzodinma come from, they didn't know that Hope Uzodinma later was not killed. They didn't know that he was not killed. It was from there he ran to Lagos to join 419, continue his criminal activities. Now, the next thing Hope Uzodinma did was to come back during when he contested for Senate. The time he contested for Senate, he came back. He came back. I am also challenging the people in Imo State, in his constituency. Immediately Hope Uzodinma came back. The opponent, the person that he contested the senatorial districts against, his opponent brought the issue of Hope Uzodinma being an armed robber. Do you know what happened? Hope Uzodinma assassinated him. This is why we say Nigeria breed criminals. And there is no way Hope Uzodinma can be a governor in Biafra land and you see peace and tranquility. It can never happen. The land of Biafra is fighting, and that's why there are chaos in Imo State. And it left for the elders in Imo State to rise up, because Hope Uzodinma has spilled the blood of their own people in Imo State. And the land of Biafra is against everything that Hope Uzodinma does. So all the chief priests in Biafra land, all the chief priests in Imo State, I challenge you people to go and consult the oracle and go to work. The only way to restore peace in Imo State, and by extension in Biafra land, is to chase Hope Uzodinma out of Biafra land, because the sacrilege he committed is following him, and it is going to follow Imo State.
When he left, he kept quiet and lived peacefully and left. But the generation that have come have picked it up, and it's even worse than his own now, and they are engaging it with knowledge.
And when this man said this, he said, and even worse than now than as it is before. When this man said, we are talking about 7 to 8 years ago, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained, illegally detained in Kuje, when he was actually arrested in Lagos State, airport, international airport, Murtala Mohammed, airport hotel. So that is when this man was making these utterances, telling them that it is not about gun and bullets. And remember, that time we were not armed. IPOB members were being mauled on a daily basis. We were not armed. The zoo were having their field day. Anytime they hear protest from IPOB, boom, they have come to suck blood that day. That day they have come to suck blood. And we were not armed. This man was telling them this thing, that even now, it is now even worse than Ojukwu them time. He was saying it He never knew that we will be armed someday. And this is just 7 to 8 years ago. Right? 2017. 2017. Right? So, even he himself wasn't aware that the word he said that time in the name of prophecy will even go beyond what he said he saw. He never knew. So if the Zoological Republic was aware of what is going to be happening today, at least they would have paid attention to this man's word, even though they want to accept it as a prophecy, no problem.
But the generation that have come have picked it up, and it's even worse than his own now, and they are engaging it with knowledge. So the best way to deal with this is not gun and bullet. It's not gun and bullet. When the revolution want to start, the revolutionists, the first thing they will do, they will pass the idea and impregnate their followers. The only way to stop it is to stop them before they impregnate the followers. But if the followers are impregnated, that's all. All of them are carrying pregnancy. They will soon deliver to other children. If you have 2 million Biafra, you already have 4 million Biafra, because they are selling the ideology. And now I don't have a problem. But my own concern is that you don't take woman's life. The best way to do that, you engage them in the ideology. If you feel the ideology is not correct, you dialogue. You sit down with them. If dignifying them will make them feel important, then do that.
Did you get that? That's why I told you we take our own and leave them with their own. He said, if dignifying them will make them important, then do that. So that what will happen, so that the country will continue. But we are not here for that. We are not here for that. We do not need anybody to dignify us. No. Hold your dignity or whatever they call it. Hold it. Eat it. Bath with it. Sleep with it. Eat it. That you may be belly full. We don't need your dignity or dignifying, whatever. We don't need it. Let us go and build our own dignity in our own home. As a free nation. As a free people. That is the most important thing to all of us. We know how to build dignity. We are Biafrans. Nobody can teach us how to build integrity or dignity. We know it better than every other person. We know it. We know it. Go and check record. We have more men of integrity and dignity all over the world. Go and check record. Just go and do your own research. So we know how to make name. We know how to build a name. We know how to build dignity. We know how to build integrity. So Fulani cannot come from Fota Jalon to give us dignity. Fulani or Tinubu, controlled by the Fulani, Bambiala and Boko Haram, has no capacity to give us integrity. Never. So let us go and build our own dignity, that the whole world may come and pay homage. We have what it takes to do it. And they know. They know very well that we have what it takes to build the dignity. That's why they are fighting. They don't want us to do it. Because they don't want to be relevant. They don't want to be seen as irrelevant people. You know, in a more former, onya anyuku nolo n'akụkụ. Or if you na agba ya n'obi bụ how is this person doing this? How comes he is the one seen as as somebody who is so much important? How comes he's the one? How comes? The only thing that will be coming in their mind is how come? They wouldn't want to wait and learn from you in order to be like you. Rather, they will be asking themselves, why him? Why her? How come? But a wise person,
ndị be anyị daalụli nnenu nke ukwuu ka unu si wee gbaa mbọ wee na-esore n'ife anyị na-eme n'ime akwụkwọ dị iche iche. Ọ bụ ife m chọrọ ikwu bifo ma alapụ unu ka unu tinye alụ nke unu ife uche n'iru akwụkwọ gbasịta maka ya bụ ife dịka o si ada na dịka o si akpọtụ n'iru akwụkwọ. Ọ biko wa ajụ m chọrọ ịjụ, biko ndị Igbo ọma na-ege ntị saanụ ya bụ ajụjụ. Ọ ga-edugokwu n'oge anyị akpọ n'ụwa anyị meeting nke ịbụọ jụọ ụwa anyị nwanne anyị nwoke anọ n'ụlọ nke mkpọrọ ebe a ka ọ ya anọzi. Ọ ga-edugo oge onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo ya pụta tinye ebe ya bụ ife ọnụ maka ya bụ ife akarigo. Nnamdi Kanu nwere ife o mere n'iru akwụkwọ. Tosifo ihe ọjọọ mere n'iru akwụkwọ bụ na ọ sị na ọ chọọzi ịbụ onye Naịjirịa. Tọsọ ya wa bụ ife ọjọọ mere. And ndị ọha eze niile ma ndị niile were na-ekwuchara ndị Igbo ọnụ fa, nobody is doing something about it. Nobody is doing anything about it. Ife a na-asụ bụ tọsọ ogologo oyibo. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ the leader of indigenous people of Biafra IPOB si na mmegide na-emegide ụmụnne ya dịrọzi ya alụ mma sinye ya Biafra ka ọ na. Okay, to tell you that what that thing Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu n'eziokwu, since eji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu check the system of Nigeria till now, the system na-ebezi akwa, everything is collapsing. Always able to phone and hotter. What's the more you hold him, the more the economy destroyed. He said these things. Obuli fumu na ipota ine kubo kamake je yondi flani na major on the flani. Chefo no ha buzo we major ndi Igbo. Owoli ndi Igbo mele ndi flani. There's nothing an Igbo man. What if Igbo man mele flani? Ndo aneze sina neji yo in the flani about the killings in 1914. Na jubikon owoli ndi Igbo mele flani ndi flani. First from the jail we conquered si Hausa niile we bata ka konka kwuola n'Igbo ofu onye pụtalụ bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu si na nke ama mme na ndị ka ife a adịlọ achụbịa ka egbuo onye Igbo ewere nwanne ya lee. Ya bụ ife bụ ọ bụrụ ihe nji maka ya wee bịa ma ọ bụrụ na ego ọnụ m n'ife anyị na-ekwu n'iru akwụkwọ. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu stand with justice, equity and fairness. Owende mebeli iwu iche ọbụla ajụ na-ajụ ya Sunday Igbo akwa ejidere ya lapụ ya akwa the same thing Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-azụ ka ọ na-azụ. Ndị Igbo kpọọ n'owu na meeting jụọ owu na-ajụ ọgwụ nakọ ha m n'ọnụ. Daalụ dị na-ekwusi na-esore anyị. Ọ bụla nke a bụ ụbọchị izu gị na-abịa n'iru akwụkwọ esore na EveningTEA na Eastern News 24. Kabaro ka subscribe and turn on your notification ka ịlapụ imisi any for update dịka anyị na-drop ya n'iru akwụkwọ oge niile. Daalụnụ ụmụnne m, ọgwụ nakọ ha m n'ọnụ.